We can't be the guys that's gonna be timid and not knowing what's going on. You play hard, you play together. I mean, that's all we ask.
This is what we all have to do.
Be locked in, focus, just be disciplined, all right?
Now I feel like Kyrie, I'ma have to take the shot. If they tryna call me dog, I gotta hit the box. Started from the bottom, but we made it to the top. And I told them time is money, that's why I don't ever stop. I got my black hoodie with a rollie on, eating pasta like Corleone. I don't got time for no fake boy. If you got the money, gon' show me some. I got 2 whips and I'm self-paid. Never got help, bro, I'm self-made. Started from the bottom, but we made it to the top. And I told them time is money, that's why I don't ever stop. Hey, what up, say? Home up in the studio, so I'm locked in. My stock going way up, I got options. Yeah, they fine, but stop playing, you not him. Wait, the numbers going up.
You got 8 seconds to prove you're worth the price of admission. And you got Baylor Scott and White Health along for the ride. So square up. You got this.
MCC has definitely benefited me most on not only what I want to do, but who I aspire to be. Expect every professor to help you become who you want to be and more. Create your own success at MCC.
RJ's Bargain Center is your home team for appliances at unbeatable prices. From refrigerators to washers, dryers to stoves, you'll find brand new appliances with huge discounts. And just like your favorite local teams, RJ's is proud to support our community and local sports. Score your savings today at RJ's Bargain Center, 711 Lynn Street, Waco. Call 254-224-6178. RJ's Bargain Center, where big savings are always a home run.
Son, all your car needs now is a stereo system. I know just the spot to go get it. Man, Jack Stereo.
Oh yeah, they're the best. How'd you know about that place?
Bro, that's where my dad took me.
That's cool.
And I'm the coolest cat on the block.
Oh my God.
Need a new audio system for your new ride? Jack Stereo has been selling the best stereos and equipment for generations after generations. Come visit your local store today. Those in the know, go to Jack Stereo, Waco, Temple, Killeen, and Bryan College Station.
I've looked back at MCC with all these kids coming out here, these men and women starting their lives out here, starting their dreams and their visions of what they want to do for their family. It's the foundation for our community.
The plan is to go win.
Yes, sir.
Our girls set a goal that they wanted to win a national championship. They wanted to win a conference championship. That's been on the table from day one. And now we put ourselves in a position to do that.
Pitch hit in the air and deep to left field. Going back is Rayvon Morgan at the wall. He leaps and he makes the catch for the third out.
On the line, too much to give in. If you think it's over, then let's start again. The planets align, the stars burn bright, the sun goes down, we keep going all night. Going back down, the moment is now. Don't miss out, we're never turning around. That is your
Going back to hit good. It'll go all the way to the wall. One run is scored. Rounding the third, coming home to score is Aiden Cooney.
Catch me if you can. We're renegades.
It's this one here. It's right field. It is treetop call and over the wall.
We're renegades.
Hits the first pitch down the right field side. That's going to be it. Touching third and coming home is the winning run. Carson Broca give a RBI double to Blake Hansen to the hand and walk it off and win by a score of 10-9.
We're renegades.
Hello, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back into Centex Primetime. I am your host, Jalen Gillis. We get ready to bring you through the primetime topics in sports, not just here locally, but from all around the nation. We want to thank everybody for tuning in with us here over on YouTube, Centex Sports Network / Centex Sports TV. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, like and share this stream today as we get ready to talk about a few different things. We're going to hit some NBA. We're going to talk some football on the college and on the NFL level as well. And we'll throw some storylines in going on around the world of sports. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. And also make sure you guys check out our website, CentexSportsNetwork.com. That is CentexSportsNetwork.com. Go on there and check us out. Free subscription. Just need your name and your email to get signed up. You'll be able to catch all of our content. That includes MCC Volleyball, who is back in action tomorrow. And Saturday will be their last game against Southwestern Christian College. Also, MCC basketball is starting up tonight. Tonight we have MCC Madness. That will actually lead, this show will lead right into MCC Madness. That's going to start at 6:30. So we're going to give you guys about an hour of Centex Primetime here, and we're going to flip it over to let you guys see MCC Madness. Everybody gets involved. They'll have both basketball teams will be fully introduced. The coaches will come out. They'll have a three-point contest. They have a dunk contest at the end. But they also have other contests where the golf team will get involved. The baseball team will get involved, a little bit of everybody. So make sure you guys are ready to tune into that at 6:30, and we'll lead you guys right into that. There's MCC Madness coming on a little bit later here in the evening. Well, folks, a lot has been going on this past weekend in sports. We've seen some upsets. We've seen some big-time games on the college level, on the high school level, and on the NFL level as well. Yesterday, we talked a lot of high school football. So today, we're going to jump into some more NFL and some college football as well, as we got a few different things to talk about. So we're going to get straight into it, folks. Joining me over here at the table, we've got the most famous man in Waco, the guy you see up here every single week, not only on the show but on Friday Night Flex as well, Mr. Rocky Miller in the building with us. Rock, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, my brother? It's always good to be here. You know, this is the highlight of my week. We do this show every Tuesday leading into our 8 o'clock blockbuster broadcast.
Give us a quick plug about who y'all got.
Of the world-renowned HBCU Coaches Corner, hosted by myself, Stephen Campbell, and the legendary swag legend himself, Johnny J.C. Cole. Yeah, man. So it was a great weekend in HBCU sports. Yeah. We had some tremendous upsets. We're gonna cover. The mighty Jackson State Tigers were upset in Las Vegas by Grambling State. A lot of you guys that don't follow HBCU may not realize, but Grambling State was a 20-point underdog. Everybody knows Grambling because of the great Eddie Robinson. However, to be honest with you, this was a tremendous upset, a 20-point upset. And unfortunately, at the very end to be honest with you, both quarterbacks got hurt in that game. Jacoby and Morgan got hurt in the first half of for Jackson State, and then right before during the winning drive, Xavier Tset, the quarterback from Grambling, got hurt in what looked like to be a catastrophic injury. He was in the hospital as late as yesterday, so still under observation. So he was a pretty significant injury. I believe it was potentially to his neck, and so it was a pretty. It quieted the crowd, and it sent chills down my spine by watching it live. It was something really hard to watch. But even through all of that, with only a couple minutes left, Grambling Tigers were able to gain composure, and with the backup, true freshman walk-on quarterback, they were able to get the ball in field goal range and kick a 44-yard field goal for the win.
Yeah, that's tremendous, that entire story. But man, seeing a guy, think about the situation of being thrown in like that as a true freshman, a walk-on at that, and man, you get thrown into the fire in what is now the biggest game of the year when you're up, or when you got a chance to win against a big dog like Jackson State. It becomes the biggest game of the year, and you get thrown right into the fire, man. So definitely shout out to them pulling off that upset. But definitely a good weekend in HBCU. I tried to catch a little bit of, see what PV was going to do on homecoming, man. I'm glad they found somebody that they could beat down on pretty bad for homecoming. So that I'm sure made my timeline on every social media was flooded with all PV homecoming stuff, as I'm sure yours was. You have
like they had
a daughter
yeah,
that go in there.
Yeah. And I approved of her attire.
Yeah, okay. Hey, that's always the most important.
It was very, very classy.
Yeah.
That's what you kind of have to wonder about girls, man. Sometimes
I mean,
their
go
choice in
to a
outfit.
PV game and you're going to see some different outfits than what
But
your
Gianni
daughter
had her outfit was spectacular, and Daddy approved.
Hey, that's always the most important part, man. That's the most important part. But folks, like I said, great weekend in sports this past weekend. For those of you that like to check in with me and see how the parlays and stuff went this weekend, mine was decent. I'll give it decent. I won't say it was terrible. My Saturday, I did a couple straight bets, so that was cool. Didn't win a lot. Saturday was just kind of building up. I just wanted to get some Sunday money to be able to go out and actually do something. But then Sunday, the Ravens somehow go out and decide to finally win a game after they've been getting destroyed all season long by the Bears. So I'm like, okay, I don't know how this is going on. But all in all, a good weekend. But we got to talk about some of the games that happened this weekend, some of the storylines from this weekend. I want to start on the NFL level, actually, as we just wrapped up the last week, week 8, which is crazy. We're already in week 8 of the season. We've just wrapped up week 8. The Chiefs got a win last night. Nothing to talk about there. The Commanders had a backup quarterback. What do we expect? Everybody knew the Chiefs were going to go out there and win. But there were some other interesting games. And I want to start with Rocky, a team that you watch a lot, those old Dallas Cowboys, man. They came out and
kind of knew you were going to do that.
It was a surprising game to me because it's a game that I thought the Cowboys actually had a really good chance of winning. But what this game did was open my eyes to not what some people say, man, Dak is back doing what he did, and he threw a couple of interceptions, and, man, I told you guys Dak wasn't good, and I told you. All that proved to me is that if Dak does not have a superhuman, Herculean effort at the quarterback position, the Cowboys are going to lose. And that's never a good position to be in as a team. That has nothing to do with Dak. Dak threw interceptions because Dak knows if I don't throw touchdowns, we're going to lose the game. So I'm going to try to stretch the field. I'm going to maybe throw some passes that are risky, some would say, because I'm trying to find a way to win a game. Their quarterback, the defense on the other side is giving up everything. R.J. Harvey was getting in the end zone. J.K. Dobbins had 100 yards. Bo Nix, who's average at best, threw 4 touchdowns. So Dak is put in a bad situation. I'm not going to jump on the bandwagon with even some Cowboys fans and other people to say, man, Dak is back doing like, this is the old Dak. This is Dak going out here losing us a game. I just want to see, do y'all want him to put the Superman cape on every Sunday, or do you want him to just have to show up and play football like everybody else gets to do? I don't think much about this game. The defense gave up what the defense was going to give up. The offense just couldn't get going. That's how it's going to be with the Cowboys. Either the offense is going to be on fire and it's a close game, or if the offense isn't on fire, even if they're just halfway, they're going to lose games like this. So I didn't think much of it. But what did you think about the Cowboys and Broncos?
I just thought this was going into it. I was hoping that the defense could represent itself well and kind of looking at how Bo Nix played the week before the first 3 quarters of the game. I was hoping that we would get the first 3 quarters of the game Bo Nix, and we would be able to jump out on him. To be honest with you, we were given opportunities to take control of this game in the first quarter. For whatever reason, we weren't able to do it. We got an interception really early. We got the ball. We got the ball back with the lead. Things like that, and we couldn't convert. And then shortly after that, the bottom fell out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, and our defense did what they do. And let's be honest, this was one of the better defenses in the NFL, statistically.
Oh, for sure.
And by any measure.
Projected number 1 coming into the season.
And so what happens is this defense is going to make you earn every yard, make every play. And our defense let their offense just walk the ball up and down the field. Gave up 250 yards to Bo Nix, who had been struggling in the passing game. And then we gave up almost 200 yards rushing. So, I mean, and again, some people you can blame this on Dak if you want to, but at the end of the day, we got to go back to the reality of the situation. Dak is playing with a number of backup offensive linemen in the game. Dak is playing with though he has a full complement of wide receivers this game, But who knows how healthy CeeDee Lamb truly is. And then without being able to run the ball, right, and kind of take the pressure off that.
Did Ferguson get hurt in this game? I can't remember. Was it this week or maybe the week before he got hurt? I can't remember.
No, he didn't catch a pass.
He didn't. Okay, I thought he had got hurt, and the other dude that came in, but maybe
he may have gotten hurt.
I don't know if he did or not.
He didn't catch a pass.
Yeah, he didn't.
Yeah, he didn't do anything for me in fantasy.
No,
He was over. But he didn't have a red circle by his name.
No, he didn't. He did not.
So I if he was out like for injury, it wasn't reported.
Yeah.
But he had but again, they have a great secondary with the Broncos.
Absolutely.
They have a tremendous defensive line. This was going to be a game. I expected Dallas to be able to win this game, maybe 24-21, 23. But once it's 27 points at halftime, I pretty much know you're not going to be able to score 27 points on a top-notch defense in the second half. And so that kind of didn't give me much hope. And though, again, I think Dak, in a Herculean effort, I think the game was maybe 30-17.
Yeah.
Driving the ball, could probably cut it to a one-score game. He throws an interception. But who cares? They weren't able to stop stop a nosebleed.
Anybody,
so it didn't even matter that even if we had got within one score, we weren't able to stop anybody. They were running at will. They had J.K. Dobbins was able to run at will, and when they gave the ball to Harvey, like J.K. Dobbins averaged seven yards a carry, Harvey averaged 6 yards a carry.
Scored 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, so I mean, it was. This was as much as it was an offensive struggle. It was also a defensive debacle.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And then the point of Dak playing with the backup offensive lineman, we almost forget about that. And then we forget that Denver's on pace right now to break the NFL sack record as far as team sacks. So that's never a good recipe when you have a backup offensive lineman. Dak got hit 8 times in this game. Like, what do you expect for him to be able to do? And that's not even counting the pressures that's added on top of that. But he got hit 8 times. So it was honestly just a bad matchup when your defense can't stop anybody. You're playing on the road. Cowboys haven't won in Denver, and I think they said 30 years, something like that, 30-something years, they haven't won a game in Denver. This is not the game that was going to be able to break the streak. I don't think any differently about either team, though. I think the Broncos are still rounding into form like they've been doing. They started off kind of slow. They're undefeated at home. Now they're 6-2. And the Cowboys, they're sitting at 3-4-1, and their defense is the worst in the league. That's around the place you would, I'm not going to say want to sit at, but that's the kind of place you expect them to sit at playing with this type of defense. They're still going to get a chance to play the Giants some more. They're still going to chance to get to play the Commanders some more, who I think are spiraling downhill. And then maybe see if they split a game with the Eagles, who they almost beat in the first game of the season. I'm still optimistic on the Cowboys. I think they'll be a playoff team still if Dak continues to play the way he does. I think Denver's just not only one of the better teams in the league, but it was honestly just a bad matchup for them. My Texans got a win this weekend while we stay here in Texas. Surprising win. Honestly, I'd never bet on my teams, but this would have been a game I stayed away from because the way San Francisco looked over the last few weeks, I thought maybe the injury bug wasn't going to affect them. Houston was still able to find a way to win. They kept a lot of guys home, and C.J. Stroud played well, man. Not a lot to do in that game. San Francisco just beat up. They have a best player on every side of the ball is hurt. Brandon Ayuk is still out. Nick Bosa and Fred Warner still out on the 49ers, so not much to think about with them. Like I said, the Bears already ruined my parlay. No idea how they lose to Baltimore with a backup quarterback. Everybody else beats them by 30-some points. This Sunday, surprisingly, wasn't a Sunday that wasn't a lot of shocks to me. I feel like all the teams that I thought would win, even though I didn't bet all the teams, but all the teams I thought would win won the game. Outside of that Baltimore one, of them winning, no real shocks or surprises in this one. What'd you think about the Green Bay and Pittsburgh game at Sunday Night Football we got to watch? It's kind of back and forth into the fourth quarter. Green Bay started to take over the game. Their defensive line with Rashawn Gary and Micah Parsons is an issue for everybody.
Yeah, I just thought it was a situation where it took Green Bay a while to kind of figure out what was really going on in that game. Mm-hmm. But hell, once they figured it out, it was a big time problem for the Steelers. I thought Aaron Rodgers started out pretty decent.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason got progressively worse as the game went on. and because of that, they couldn't make a push late after they had gotten behind. I was surprised at how conservative Mike Tomlin was.
Game plan.
There was some times in the fourth quarter where I thought he could go for it on fourth down to keep them in the game.
Yeah.
Fourth and shorts, 6 or less. As the game was kind of getting away from him, and he elected to punt, and he punted away, and they just went down and scored. So,
yeah, Pittsburgh, this team just really isn't built to do much, honestly. They're going to win games in the regular – it's a regular season win team, unfortunately, like the last few Steelers teams we've seen for really the last decade. I thought that would change with the Aaron Rodgers, and on defense you go get a Jalen Ramsey and a Darius Slay and all these guys. I thought that would change, but it's just not. Their defense hasn't been able to stop anybody. They're still getting carved up week in and week out. We thought the Cincinnati game was an anomaly, but it keeps happening. You let Tucker Kraft go for $150 on you with a couple touchdowns, and on the offensive side of the ball, no established running game, and DK still hasn't proved himself to be a number one receiver. It's the same issues he was having in Seattle. He's having these exact same issues in Pittsburgh. When they need the 3rd and 5s, when they need the 3rd and 7s, when they need the 3rd and 4s, when they need those plays, he's nowhere to be found repeatedly. The same exact thing we've seen in Seattle. I thought that would change somewhat with Aaron Rodgers, but, man, the Steelers are exactly who we thought they were going to be. The Packers are better than what I gave them credit for at the beginning of the year, but after seeing how Michael played, the last few weeks, Rashawn Gary's still been playing well. I still think Matt LaFleur is one of the better play callers in the league. And when Jordan Love is on point, when he has a game where he's on point, he is one of the most on-point quarterbacks in the league. His on-point is better than 95% of the NFL. So when he had a game on point like this last one, man, they're going to be unstoppable out there.
Well, I'll even say this. He didn't become on point until the second half.
He didn't, yeah.
But when he got on point, he was throwing dots all over the field, and there was no question. He threw one to Watson late in the game, and I was like, "Oh my goodness!"
Yeah.
It was crazy.
When he's locked in, he's a monster.
Yeah.
I don't know what that thing is he taps into, but man.
Yeah, he has another level that he can go to as a player, and when he plays at that level, he almost. He looks eerily similar to a young Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, it is. It's actually crazy. I've seen side by side on film. They'll pull in some of that young 09 to 2011 Aaron Rodgers and put it up with Jordan Love. Man, it looks the same. Mechanics look similar. All type of things.
And when he's moving around, he's not trying to run the ball. Nope. He's trying to gas you.
Yeah. He's getting you tired and making your DBs run longer than what they have to, and somebody's going to pop open.
Yeah, he's trying to gas you guys.
They've drafted well at the receiver position, even though the first time they ever drafted, or not ever, but the first receiver they picked in the first round, Matthew Golden, didn't do much. But they've drafted well over the last few years. The Romeo Dobbs, the Christian Watsons, the Tucker Kraft, Wilson, Savion Williams out of TCU. They've drafted well, man. So the Packers are going to be a scary team moving forward. I want to get to the NFL story that I really wanted to talk about the most, and that is what is going on out there in Cleveland, man. First off, before we get to Cleveland, because there's plenty to talk about with Cleveland, I want to talk about the Patriots, man. Patriots look good. We talked about, me and you and Wayne all talked about before the season. They probably had the best offseason out of anybody, addressed real problems that they had on both sides of the ball. I think we all agree Mike Vrabel is still one of the better coaches in the NFL. So seeing the way that they've dominated, and it's not even really them winning the games. What I've been the most impressed with is Drake May. Drake, I could come out and say I did not think Drake May would be as good as what I've been seeing out of him this year. Drake May is playing on another level right now. Looks kind of similar to number 17 out there in Buffalo. Not physically wise, but the way that they play, the way that they can use their body out there. Man, I like what I've seen out of the Patriots, and I definitely have liked what I've seen out of Drake May through this opening part of the season, man. He's playing some good football.
Yeah, I think Drake May is turning into a playmaker as a quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody, he doesn't play like old number 12. Mm-hmm. He's not a drop back, top of the drop, look for a stream guy, in pinpoint passing. Mm-hmm. And I think the coordinators, the quarterback coach kind of has to adjust to his style, call plays that benefits him. He's a guy that you can call a call run for. He's a guy that you can give a option, run option, on a sprint out. Like I say, he's not only a tremendous passer, but he's also an athlete.
Yeah.
So you got to give him plays that allows him to showcase those skills. But what's impressed me over the course of the season is that his decision making has gotten increasingly better. You got last year he kind of struggled with his decision making, and to be honest with you, at the first part of this, they got off to a slow start. When you lose to the Raiders, you lose to the Raiders, and then you by most cases get handled by the Steelers. You're going into a game against the Panthers where people had questions about them, and they were able to dominate the Panthers, come up and play the Bills, and it was a very competitive game that they were able to pull out, win the game against the Saints, win the game against the Browns, win the game against the Titans, and win the game against the Browns. I think before we give them the trophy, we have to look at let's look down the schedule, and let's see how they play the Bills, how they play this portion of the schedule, the Giants, Bills, and Ravens. I think that's going to kind of tell you what they are as a team. They'll find out who they are in that spot. But also they got a big test against the Buccaneers as well.
Yeah, at Tampa.
At Tampa. So we'll find out who they are. Again, if you just look at their wins against the Dolphins, Saints, Titans, and Browns, those teams ain't beat up many people at all. So again, it's good that he's playing good at all. Yeah. He should play good against those teams, and he is. So let's just see how he plays against much stiffer competition. Next week, it looks like he has a game against the Falcons team that really gonna need a win in that game. And let's see how they show up in that game as they host the Falcons. But it's always good when you got a dome team coming outside.
Yeah, exactly. And the Falcons I think they're talking about starting Kirk Cousins potentially on Sunday. They don't have no idea what's going on. I'm rooting for Raheem Morris out there in Atlanta, but it ain't looking too hot so far. They've been probably one of the most up and down teams this season. But yeah, they haven't beaten anybody outside of the Bills. It's only an impressive win, but they're doing what you're supposed to do against bad teams. They're beating them, and they're beating them bad. They beat the Titans by 20, beat the Browns by 20. So that's what they beat the Panthers by 30. So you're beating the bad teams how you're supposed to beat the bad teams. Absolutely. And hopefully Drake May can get some chance to get in the ice tub after getting sacked 5 times by Myles Garrett this past weekend, because he's going to need it. But I want to talk about what in the world is going on in Cleveland, man. So it's just the drama seems to just continue to build and build and build and build each and every week. They come out here, they lose to the Patriots. Okay, cool. I expect them to lose. Dillon Gabriel looked bad. I expect him to look bad because, like I've said before the season started, I don't think Dillon Gabriel's good at football. I expect him to go out there and look bad, and he did. They get into after the game, and, questions are starting to arise. Reporters want to know, hey, why won't we see sheduer? Before we even get into that, sheduer was inactive before the game. They said he had a back issue. He was kept out of the game, by his words. They made him inactive. We saw him in pregame. He's dancing and stuff. He's running around. Looked like his regular routine, like he always does out there. But apparently the back injury was too much for him to go in. They said he felt like he wasn't prepared, is what Stefanski said, because of the injury. Sheduer says that it wasn't his choice. That's what I've heard. I didn't see him say that, but I've heard that Sheduer said it wasn't his choice to come out or to be sat out in that game. After they start to ask him questions, they ask him Stefanski questions like, hey, why wouldn't we put Sheduer in this game just to see can he give the offense just a little bit of a spark? And Stefanski's response is, I'm not focused on that right now. My point is, when are you going to get focused on it, and who's supposed to be focused on it if you're not focused on it? You're the de facto offensive coordinator and the head coach at the same time. So if anybody should be focused on getting top production out of every position on the offense, I would think it's the head coach / offensive coordinator. Apparently he's not worried about that. He's already come out and named Dillon Gabriel the starter for the game against the next game, even though they got a bye week and they don't play for 2 weeks. He's already named him the starter. That means there's nothing Sheduer could do in practice, and there's nothing Dillon Gabriel could do in a game or practice for him to lose the spot. I think this entire scenario is strange, Rock. We were talking about it before the show, man. What in the world is going on in Cleveland? Because I don't know what's going on at this point.
Well, it looks like, let's be sure, and again, I've had this conversation with a number of people, and the bottom line is, Kevin Stefanski, whether it's football related or personal or whatever, he's not a fan of Sheduer Sanders. He doesn't want to see Sheduer Sanders playing quarterback for the Browns. He probably doesn't even want to see Sheduer Sanders playing quarterback in practice.
No.
From the looks, from all accounts, right? So why? I don't know. But one thing I do know is playing Dillon Gabriel at quarterback is not helping the Browns.
No.
And so if you have somebody else on the team that could potentially help you guys out in a position that you guys are literally struggling at quarterback. Dillon Gabriel had a QBR of 18 last on Sunday. I'm not a mathematician, but on a scale of 1 to 100, I don't think that's very good.
No.
And so, considering he's a supercomputer, I think Dillon Gabriel knows that he's not playing very well at all. And for whatever reason, like your dad said when we were having a conversation in the pre-production meeting, he's willing. Kevin Stefanski is willing to die on that hill, and he's going to go down with the ship.
Yep.
Now, my question is, why? If you have somebody who could save the ship, or just keep the ship from sinking.
Yeah, just keep us afloat.
Why wouldn't you try that option, or at least explore that option? And it looks like he's saying, if Dillon can't save us, then I don't want to be saved.
Nobody can. Yeah,
then I don't want to be saved.
I don't want to be saved.
I think there's a you can't. I think there's a song in there somewhere.
Yeah, it's got to be somewhere. It's got to be somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, that is the most puzzling part to your point. If the ship is sinking, which it is sinking, and it's sinking fast, and it's a big hole in the ship, it's not a slow leak. Why? What do you gain? What could Sheduer do to play worse than this right now? If he throws 4 picks, do they still lose by what, 20, 30? They're already doing that. They're already losing by 20 or 30. You just wasted one of the greatest defensive performances that I've seen with my eyes by Myles Garrett this past weekend by getting 5 sacks in a game. We already thought he was the best defensive player in the league. And then he backdoors and gets 5 sacks in a game on a pretty decent offensive line, and you get blown out by 20. You get blown out. They call the dogs off.
Well, see, here's my problem. Here's my problem that I go back, that how now the Cleveland media is all over Kevin Stefanski and Dillon Gabriel. They were willing to go with the narrative that Stefanski knew better than everybody else.
Sheduer isn't ready. That's what they've been saying.
5 weeks ago when they went to Dillon Gabriel, the Cleveland media was largely, he must have seen something in practice. Dillon Gabriel, supercomputer. He's familiar with Tommy Rees's offense. Well, they had a number there. They've gotten 4 sample sizes of his play. And now, all of a sudden, they realize what a lot of the Sheduer supporters have always known, that I'm willing, that's somebody's son, so I don't want to disparage him as a person. But like you always say, he's yet proven to be very good at football.
No.
He was drafted in the 3rd round, true enough, and he was drafted higher than Sheduer Sanders. But up to this point, he's not been proven to be very good at football. And with that being the case, why not explore Sheduer as an option? A guy, in my opinion, who probably has a skill set to operate Kevin Stefanski's offense.
Any Shanahan style offense. Yeah.
Much better than a guy like Dillon Gabriel. I think Dillon Gabriel is not your traditional drop back passer. That's certainly not the position he played at Oregon. They were zone read, RPO. They used his legs a lot. And that's one of the things that I'm surprised at. You have him in the game, and you haven't really used his legs at all in the run game.
On the first drive, he had like a 13-yard run. I think that was.
Now, just like I forget my guy's name from the Patriots that's on ESPN. He made a good point.
Brewski.
No, not Brewski, the black guy.
Devin McCourty.
The offensive lineman.
The offensive lineman.
Not Vince Wilfork, but Anyway, I can't think of his name. But he just said, small guys don't hold up well in this game over time.
Yeah.
And he says that's why you don't run him, because if you run him,
it's over.
He's eventually going to get hurt. And once you have to go to sheduer, he may never see the light of day again. Because they may have they may not, and I'll say this, they may have something in sheduer, but at the same time, they may have nothing. And all reports are, and this is my point, but this is what the reports are coming out of Cleveland, is that there have been several teams that have reached out before the trade deadline and as early as week 3 and 4 to inquire about a trade, and they're requesting a 1 or a 2. So my question is, if you don't think he can play very well, and if he's not ready, why are you asking for a 1 or a 2 for? Does that make sense?
That was the best part about him. He's not ready, because that's been the entire speech for the last 6 months. Is sheduer Sanders is not ready. How horrible does sheduer have to look in practice for him to be not ready, and you try Dylan Gabriel out there? And how contradicting is it for him to be so not ready that the worst starting quarterback in the league, he's got to be worse than that guy, but you want a first-round pick for him? See, this is just, like, I don't even like trying to bring up race and none of that kind of stuff, but it's just starting to get strange. Like, what is the deal?
It's getting weird.
What is the deal?
Let's go back to, I think it was April 28th. I don't remember the date. I was out of town, but whatever it was. When they drafted sheduer on that Saturday, I believe it was Saturday.
It was a Saturday.
And it's been weird from that point on.
From the start of that until now.
And it's gotten weirder, if that was possible.
Yeah.
If you could go back to the video of them announcing sheduer and what the draft room looked like.
And Andrew Berry was like this.
Yes.
Sitting back in his chair, and everybody like.
And now that I look back at it, Kevin Stefanski is really looking surprised.
Yeah.
More so than anything else.
Y'all was for real? I thought you was playing when you said you was going to do that. Y'all just drafted him for real?
And then going back to Mr. Haslam explaining that this choice, he solely put it square on the back of Andrew Berry. He said it in a press conference.
Yes, he did.
We had talked about it Saturday morning. We went back and talked about it again, and then decided that we were going to do. Now, he never mentioned whether Kevin Stefanski was in those meetings or not. Like that, I thought that was rather strange that he didn't say that Kevin Stefanski was part of those meetings or not. So, and it's gotten progressively weird. From OTAs.
Yes, stuff I've never seen before.
Then a stat tracker for fall camp.
sheduer throws for 3 touchdowns in a preseason game, and he says, "Great job, kicker and special teams." Like all of these things, when you compile them all together, this is a very strange scenario that we're seeing in Cleveland. It was strange to me that Kevin Stefanski was even brought back. Even Andrew Berry. I think this was solely on. I think the sheduer pick was solely on Andrew Berry. And Stefanski has that look like that dude at work that's ready to snitch. Like, man, you see what he did? He did that, and the supervisor told us don't do that. And look, he's going out there early. He came back late, 5 minutes late on his lunch break. That's the look Stefanski had.
I just want to let Kevin Stefanski know you can't tell on the boss.
You can't. You can't. You
can't tell on the boss.
You forgot that Andrew Berry is your boss too.
well, here's the situation. When you tell the owner what you're gonna do, and you get the owner's blessing to do it, then who are you telling on?
Yeah.
He told the man he needed to tell.
Yeah, he did.
At the end of the GM and the coach works at the pleasure of the owner.
Yep.
Right? In this scenario, no, the coach doesn't hire the GM. The coach works for the owner, and the GM works for the owner.
Yep.
So I think he let the guy know the draft was made, and again, this is what I really believe though. What's happening here in Cleveland, a place where they have a very passionate fan base, but the team is largely covered by just the local media. It's not covered by the national media. So when a team isn't covered by the national media, the coach gets to operate almost like in a bubble, and he's not scrutinized the way a Jason Garrett or a Mike McCartney or now a Shoddy is being scrutinized.
Sirianni and Philly.
And so what's happening now is, Kevin Stefanski has won 2 Coach of the Years, right? And his reputation in the media, in the national media, has largely been that he's a competent coach, a very good coach, right? But when you draft a guy like sheduer Sanders and all of those eyeballs come and evaluate you as a coach, what's happening now is maybe the fact that you're a good coach is a mirage or largely exaggerated by your local media. Mm-hmm. Maybe you're not the offensive guru or the genius that you were claimed to be. Mm-hmm. Maybe you're actually the guy that ruined Baker Mayfield's career, that caused Deshaun Watson to regress as a quarterback. Mm-hmm. That's now hampering the development of Dillon Gabriel and also sheduer Sanders. So you see how the narrative can change once you're put under that national microscope, because guess what? A lot of those local guys are just fanboys, and they eat because of the access that the Browns give them.
And if you deny it, I no longer eat.
Yeah,
that's the truth.
It's only now, it's taken what, 9 games for them to kind of, or 8 games for them to kind of, the local media to kind of turn on them. Because what was puzzling me is when they made the change from Dillon Gabriel to Flacco, from Flacco to Dillon Gabriel, and then Dillon Gabriel went out and played the Steelers and didn't do what I would consider, he didn't do awful, but he didn't do great either. Yeah. What they tried to do in that moment is try to make it about the leadership on the team, and Myles Garrett needs to step, those guys need to step up or whatever, not realizing that this guy's probably lost 8-9 consecutive games going all the way back to last year. Mm-hmm. He's tired of losing. That's why you end up in this situation, right? And unfortunately, what happens now is that all Dillon Gabriel and Kevin Stefanski has used all their goodwill up in this charade of Dillon is the best option for us to win, which was never I think they were never being honest when they were saying that. It was never about who provided the best option to win. It was always about they were going to give Dillon Gabriel an opportunity to prove that he could play quarterback, and there was no plan B.
No, there's no plan B. No plan B at all. It's a lot of times stuff that we've seen in this country before. When you try to continually hold somebody down, you can't take a step up. You cannot elevate Dillon Gabriel. When you're saying I'm not focused on it, but you're almost solely focused on sheduer getting anything. You didn't give him praise when he threw 3 touchdowns in a preseason game. You didn't even say, hey,
yeah, he was promoted to the practice to the other field.
To the complete other side of the field. You throw him in at the end of a game with all guys that got cut 48 hours later and say, I told you he's not ready. Remember I told you guys he wasn't ready? Here goes the film of him not being ready.
So when Dillon plays the Eagles, you can't tell anything by preseason. Mm-hmm. He plays pretty decent against the Rams, and then sheduer doesn't play well against the Rams. Mm-hmm. Now you can tell everything.
He ain't ready. I'm looking at the mechanics. He ain't ready.
Yeah.
Dillon, come on, man.
So
this is getting crazy.
This has been a game of charade and 3-card Monty. You right? And anybody that's been on a subway in New York, I'm going to tell you, don't play 3-card Monty. You cannot win.
You won't win.
Anything you see is not real.
It's an illusion.
And it's an absolute illusion. And so that's what I think Kevin Stefanski has been playing along with the Cleveland Browns organization, and they've gotten to the point they've run out of moves. They've run out of moves they can make. It's been exposed that Dillon Gabriel is not only not a good quarterback, it's been exposed that he's an incompetent quarterback. Because once you get a 18 QBR, I mean, come on, man.
Of his first game starting, 27 QBR. Second game starting, 26 QBR. Third game starting, 24 QBR. Fourth game starting, 18 QBR. So if the trend continues, we can expect a 15 or 14-point QBR.
Can you even get a QBR
I don't know.
of that?
Maybe if you just throw the ball in the dirt like he did on that safety over and over again, then maybe you can get a QBR lower than that. I mean, it's ridiculous because you can no longer say this is all that supercomputer. That stuff has been gone. But for the people that still believed it, here it is. I'm trying to figure out, once again, like I said at the start of the season, where was the supercomputer in college? When you were playing, you were in some of the worst defensive conferences. You were at Oklahoma in the Big 12, where you faced all bad defenses. You were at Oregon in the Big 10, where you faced all bad defense except for one game a year. And the one game a year, he looked bad. I don't get it. The one win they have when they play the Dolphins, he throws 100 yards. That's the one win they have. And then the one win when you expect, well, maybe he stat padded some. And guys, he had 116 yards with 0 touchdowns. I don't get this stuff anymore, man. This is past. Like I said, I don't want to bring race into it, but this is the strange thing, Stefanski, that you have to do some type of explaining for, because I have never seen anything like this. Looking at the years that I've been watching the NFL, I've never seen anything like this. By now, he should have been got benched. He should have been got benched. And then to name him the starter with 2 weeks of preparation coming up ahead of you, we're going to go into it knowing nothing sheduer can do to become the starter.
So, and here's the other unfortunate situation. We have quarterbacks in the league that have been criticized and scrutinized and taken apart that have performed much better than Dylan Gabriel. And I'll name one.
Way better.
Caleb Williams.
Yep. Oh, man.
And again, he hadn't played perfect, but he hadn't been this inept. And he gets taken apart and he gets questioned. But I understand the commitment that the Bears have to Caleb Williams, because guess what? He was their number 1 overall
Number 1 pick.
This guy was a 3rd-round pick, and you drafted a better prospect to be I don't care where you say he was drafted, but by all accounts, the people who have been doing quarterback evaluations for over 30 years.
Every expert
considered Sheduer Sanders a better prospect, other than Cleveland Browns, considered Sheduer Sanders a better prospect than Dylan Gabriel, and you have both guys on your roster, and you refuse to play the guy who is considered the better prospect.
We've seen guys that are bad get a chance to put in because, hey, we just got to see what we have. We drafted these guys. Let's just see what we have. And they've tried out a dude that they know is terrible. But you can't try out a Sheduer Sanders who was, by all accounts, number 1 or 2 quarterback in this draft for 2 years until the day of the draft. He was a number 1 or number 2 quarterback in the draft for 2 years, all up until whatever day the draft was on. And now he can't even get a shot. He can't even get a shot out there, but Dylan Gabriel, like, come on, man. This is ridiculous. You would think Dylan Gabriel is related to Stefanski.
I would agree. Angie Body, shout out to Angie Body, who is the mother of the Alabama State star quarterback, Andrew Body.
A monster.
Andrew Body, who actually on ESPN this weekend got a helmet sticker by Joey Galloway. I was surprised that he got a helmet sticker, and they acknowledged but at the end of the day, he threw 5 touchdowns.
The film ain't lying.
And, he threw 5 touchdowns and ran for 1. So, and then also performed a dance at the end of it. So it was pretty good. Shout out to Angie. Hey, thank you for listening, Angie.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate
His son is a monster, so maybe Cleveland can get him in there next year to see if something
we don't want him to go. We're going to need him at the Cowboys.
I ain't going to wish that on you. I don't want anybody. I didn't want Sheduer to go there, but I definitely don't want Body to go there as well, man. But shout out to you and shout out to your son, man. I definitely enjoy watching him play every single weekend. Folks, like I said, we've got MCC Madness coming up at 6:30, so we'll be cutting off in about 20 minutes here as we're going to give you guys the full lead in all the way up until start time over there.
It's already basketball season.
Already basketball season, man. That quick it seems to have already turned around. NFL Week 8 is wrapped up. I want to take a quick look at Week 9 here before we get off of here. We got Baltimore and Miami on the Thursday night game. I'm sure nobody will be watching that. I'll probably rather watch The Princess and the Frog or something than watch that game. But there's some other good games coming up for this weekend. We got Pittsburgh and Indy coming up. We got we got Denver and the Texans coming up this weekend. I thought Minnesota-Detroit was going to be a good game, but Carson Wentz has looked pretty bad. And then
I think he's retired.
Carson Wentz?
I think you can look it up, but NFL News, I think he abruptly retired.
Man, I hope he retired because he.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they false flagged me.
Yeah, they might have flagged you, but I think he's a season-ending injury, and everybody was suspecting that he might retire because he got the season.
Oh, he had a season-ending injury.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what it
everybody
was.
was suspecting he should retire.
So they're going back to J.J. McCarthy.
Going back to that old thing and putting J.J. McCarthy back in the game.
Well, actually, it's that new old thing.
Yeah, it's the new old thing right there, and won't see J.J. McCarthy being.
And there's no security blanket there. Without Carson Wentz, you're gonna go with another young guy as a backup. So shout out, like I say, I don't want any of these young guys to fail at quarterback, man. And I think to have a thriving league, man, you have to have some trigger men who can really play the game. And it's unfortunate that a lot of these young guys are struggling now, man.
I think, I've seen Tom Brady talk about it numerous times of how he thinks the quarterback position is almost dumbed down in the league right now to the point that it's actually hurting coaches and quarterbacks. And I kind of agree to him to some point. I don't think these guys are asked to do nearly as much as what I'm used to seeing quarterbacks being asked to do 20 years ago. I think you stick and that's good for some guys. Some guys, that's to their benefit. You simple it down. They don't have to worry about as much, and they can go out there and just worry about playing ball. But to the other guys, I think it's starting to hurt some of the progression of these guys, especially we see it on the college level. I think they're asked to do way less, and then that's translating into the NFL that these quarterbacks are asked to do way less. But I've seen Tom Brady talk about it a couple of times, and I kind of agree with him on that. I don't know if that's directly correlates with some of the struggles we've seen out of QBs or not.
So I think there's two things that's happened.
Mm-hmm.
I think the quarterback-coach communication has provided a crutch for some quarterbacks. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I think early, you got to remember, very early in the quarterback communication game, the coach could talk to the quarterback all the way up to the snap.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then they cut it off at 15 seconds before the snap.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why, I think guys like Shanahan, not Kevin Stefanski, but McVay, they were reading the defense for the quarterback. They were telling the quarterback where to go and all that kind of stuff. And they wanted the progression of. But I think a lot of that now is dictated by how the teams line up. They have options and adjustments rather than true audibles, true changing of the plays. You understand? Like we used to see. How many times do you see quarterbacks walk up to the line right now and actually bark out and change the play? You don't see that very, very often anymore.
It's only the older guys. Stafford, every now and then Rodgers.
Yeah.
But mainly Stafford. But nobody that we else consider an elite quarterback. I don't see Josh Allen doing that. I don't think Patrick Mahomes.
I see Dak do it.
Yeah, Dak definitely does it a lot. He changes the play a lot. You hear a lot of can at the line from Dak when they go up there because he's going to go with the play that works best. Same with Mahomes, the same with Allen.
Absolutely. And so I think that was one of the options. And I think it was a largely overlooked aspect of playing quarterback because you remember quarterbacks essentially all had the same skill set coming into the league. Mm-hmm. Now quarterbacks there's more variety in their skill sets, right? So whereas gives you an example. If you had a blitz, the only option Troy Aikman had was to beat the blitz was his arm. Mm-hmm. Well, now you have young guys who they can beat the blitz with their legs. So even if they make the wrong check, make the wrong call, and they're able to make a guy miss, it could end up being a touchdown. And they could have essentially did everything wrong, but their athleticism bailed him out.
Yep.
Well, again, you don't have that athleticism at the quarterback position wanes after a while. Mm-hmm. And you have to develop your mind. And as long as you continue to lean on that athleticism to kind of get you out of a pinch, the same thing with and I think you can do the same thing with wide receivers. You can have a guy like Jamar Chase who is just simply more dominant than the guy across from him, and you can pass. I don't know how many times Joe Burrow has passed the ball to a covered Jamar Chase and he just goes up and makes a
Flacco
play.
does it every week now that he's the quarterback. He said, I didn't even know the plays, but I knew who number one was. Let's go get him the ball.
So you have a lot of that going on.
Yeah.
But again, you only have one Jamar Chase in the league and one Justin Jefferson.
Mm-hmm.
So there's not a lot of those guys. So the guys don't operate the system as well as they used to. They depend on the talent and ability. And there's just not enough. There's just not a ton of elite guys that you can depend on that level to make the plays like a Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
Or elite quarterbacks that can make the adjustments, recognize what the defense is trying to do. Because even though offenses are more complex, defense have become incredibly more complex.
More complex.
As well. So
Yeah.
there are a lot of defenses that they run now that probably didn't even exist when Brady came in the game.
Yeah.
Combo
that is true.
coverages,
That
where
is
they're
true.
running man on one side, zone on the other, running cover 2 on one side, cover 3 on the other.
Yeah.
There's so many different variations of defense now that they're really trying to confuse, and they're doing a good job of it a lot of times.
Yeah. And that is a great point. I didn't even think about that point really of how much more complex the defense is. I mean,
it was man-to-man, cover 2, cover 3.
Tampa Bay won a championship off of playing palms for a season.
Yeah.
They played palms for an entire season and blew everybody out. It's definitely a lot different right now today. But like you said, that it's almost like a crutch that some of these coaches having the real supercomputers, the Sean McVays, the Kyle Shanahans, these kind of coaches, the Matt LaFleur's, that can kind of hinder the progression of a certain type of quarterback. But when you see a Sean McVay and a Matt Stafford get together, that's why it's an instant Super Bowl, because you have two guys that can think at the same high level together, getting put together. When you see a Tom Brady and a Byron Leftwich or a Todd Bowles or Bruce Arians get together, that's why they can go and win the Super Bowl right away because of that, man. So the NFL, we're about 8 weeks into the season now, moving along through the season, almost halfway through it now, starting to really figure out who some teams are. Want to go and talk about some college while we have a few minutes left here.
Definitely talk about some college.
Had some great games this past weekend.
A lot of people moving to the employment line.
And that's exactly where I want to go. Man, the coaching vacancies is Brian Kelly, everybody knows now, out at LSU. I think myself and anybody that's ever liked LSU couldn't wait for Brian Kelly to be gone. I literally have not met an LSU fan that was also a fan of Brian Kelly. Like, never seen it, never heard of him. His players don't like him. He's had former coaches come out like Robert Saleh and these other guys, said he had them shoveling snow out of their driveway when they were assistant coaches for him in the college level. No one likes Brian Kelly, so I'm not shocked about that at all. But what I am shocked about is the amount of great coaching jobs that are open before we even get into the offseason. I can't think of an offseason where a Florida, Virginia Tech, a Penn State, LSU, Arkansas are all open, and potentially at least 6 or 7 more. And I'm talking about Power 4 jobs. Forget the other jobs we see in the group of 5. These are Power 4 jobs. UCLA as well. These are great blue chip stock type of jobs that any coach will want to go out there and get. Luckily, Indiana gave Kurt Cinetti the super bag on top of the bag they just gave him 6 months ago because they knew he was going to be top of the list. $90 million
guarantee makes you pretty.
Guarantee, yeah. I'm sure the wages of living in Indiana aren't the same as if you move to somewhere on the West Coast or even the East Coast. I'm sure it's very reasonable to live in.
They
with
do have
$90
income
million.
state taxes though.
In Indiana, I'm sure it's $1.50. Yeah, they go out there. And
I'm
pay
sure you got enough to take care of it though.
Yeah, $90 million. You should be able to scrounge up some dollars in there. And shout out Brian Kelly. Everybody saying they don't know where he's going to coach again. Why would he ever coach again? He's 60-something years old. They just gave you $54 million to go home. I think I just go home. I haven't even seen Jimbo Fisher's face in like 6 years because A&M gave him $77 million.
And they have a due diligence clause though, so whatever if he goes to another job, whatever he gets paid, it offsets that. So so if he's not going to make more, well, let me say this. I don't suspect he'll make more money in any contract than 50-something million.
Yeah.
And certainly he wouldn't want to take LSU off the hook for that money.
No,
absolutely
so
not. I'm like you. I'll probably go home and find something to do.
And Jimbo Fisher, I ain't even seen dude's face anywhere. A&M gave him $77 million. He ain't complained. He didn't say, "Hey, I want another job." He didn't do anything. I'm gonna go to the crib. You gave me $77 million. So shout out to Brian Kelly for that. But looking at these job openings, do we have any idea? Do you have some prospects for a couple of these jobs that you think could fill in some of these roles.
So
at big
here's what's
schools?
happened in the coaching market with Saban leaving, Urban Meyer leaving, on pretty much on their own terms. The coaching vacancy for these top tier jobs, there's a very thin pool of guys that you consider are blockbuster winning coaches. You got to realize, if you probably look at the last 10 national championships, I don't know how many of them Saban has won, and Urban Meyer has won, but I'm sure they've won the majority of them over the past 10 years. And then if you add a guy like Dabo Swinney in there, right, that's pretty much all of them, right? And Kirby Smart. And so you don't suspect Kirby Smart and Dabo to be leaving from their post, right? So the coaching vacancies are pretty thin when you talk about guys that you're really talking, when you're really talking about those kind of jobs, you're really talking about guys like Lane Kiffin, who is already in the P5 at a P5 job.
And an SEC one.
P4 job. You're talking maybe a Josh Heupel,
Tennessee.
At Tennessee, a guy that, who may be an up-and-coming coach. Certainly a guy like Sark wouldn't be looking. He has probably the best job living in one of the best cities in America, with great resources. So the coaching pool is really thin. You look at a guy like Dan Lanning, and I talked to you this in our production meeting. Dan Lanning may be a guy that you can pull from Oregon, but I look at this. At the end of the day, why would you, for Dan Lanning, at this point, why would you leave from under the coverage of Nike, which simply gives you the ability to get any player you want from any part of the country?
They recruit the country.
So I don't think that, I'm not saying Oregon is a better job than LSU or Oregon is a better job than Florida, but I can't say that either of those jobs are better than Oregon either. When you look at because here's what's happened in college football. It used to be a regional sport. Meaning that the teams that were really good had a lot of players in their footprint. Well, nowadays, that doesn't even matter.
Nope.
The only school that's, in my lifetime, and the only school that didn't depend on a footprint in order to do the majority of their recruiting was Notre Dame. Everybody else was kind of driven by the number of players that were in their region. So that's why you had the Texas schools and the Oklahoma schools who recruited Texas, and then you had the LSUs, and then the Florida schools were dominant because they had a footprint with a lot of great players. And now that Georgia is becoming a football powerhouse, now their schools are going to be, are winning championships or whatever. And then you have a school like Clemson, though South Carolina doesn't put out a ton of football players, but they're right there, right by Georgia, right by North Carolina. And then they could probably even go into Florida and get some players because of their close proximity. So it's a situation where, but that's no longer important anymore. You can be in Oregon, and you can be in on a player right here in Waco, Texas.
Yeah.
You can, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I don't know if that being in a geographical footprint matters as far as whether a job is successful or not. Certainly, though, you can say this: when you're Dan Lanning and you have to recruit a quarterback, you don't have to fly to California like you would have to do in Oregon, or fly to Texas, or fly to Pennsylvania to recruit that top-notch, or fly to Florida to recruit that top-notch quarterback. You can get in your car and drive over to Shreveport, or drive over to Houston, or drive to somewhere in Mississippi. So that's what makes the job, in my opinion, more appealing over Oregon. It's just the time you spend traveling and may be somewhat less.
Yeah. Kids, people's family can see them play more, all of those type of things. I think Oregon and Ohio State have a similar thing where it doesn't matter any part of the country, they can go and recruit, and people will consistently come to those schools because of the brand, mainly Ohio State. But Oregon's in there too because of Nike, like you brought up. The coaching vacancies are going to be crazy this offseason. I think one of the reasons is there is no Nick Saban, not to take a coach, but there's no Nick Saban to pick from his coaching staff. All the best coaches in the entire nation are from his Dan Lanning, Kurt Cinetti, Kirby Smart, Lane Kiffin. These are all guys that were on Nick Saban's staff, so there's no Nick Saban to pick from their staff and to come up with some type of superstar, all-star crew.
Then now you have schools that traditionally didn't invest that kind of money into football and coaches. Like, can you imagine Indiana?
Yeah.
10 years ago, investing $11 million a year in a football coach. There's no way you could have imagined that. That was only done in the SEC. But with the explosion in TV contracts for the Big Ten and the SEC, all teams can afford to pay. When everybody's getting a $250 million check annually, all teams can afford to pay their coach a little bit. So it's going to be really interesting this year. The super agent, Jimmy Sexton, who represents a lot of these top coaches, he's really going to be busy. And I suggest that that's how it's going to flow. A lot of these jobs are going to be filled, honestly, by Jimmy Sexton, and he's going to be moving these coaches around like chess pieces. And for instance, he's not going to move his guy into a LSU position if he can't put a guy in the Ole Miss position. So I suggest he has maybe some young coaches that he can identify that could be successful. And I think we may have some, just to be perfectly honest with you, based on what's going on around here locally, there'll be some more positions open, and that could create a domino effect for a lot of jobs that are happening, that could be happening around here locally. Certainly, if Coach Aranda doesn't work out here, if Baylor gets rid of him, the vacancies created, he may not be unemployed very long.
Oh, no, not at all. He'll be on somebody's staff. Even if it's not as a head coach, he'll be on somebody's staff this upcoming offseason. I think Baylor's going to have vacancies. I think even still kind of local, I think TCU is kind of up in the air. I think U of H is going to have a vacancy because somebody's going to come grab him after the great season that U of H is having. I had no idea that would happen. So it's going to be a major trickle effect. Last coach question. Does Coach Prime go anywhere? They're struggling.
Here's the deal. I think Coach Prime is going to have to go to his donors and supporters in Colorado, and he's going to suggest that they make a considerable contribution to NIL. I think Coach Prime, much like I put Dabo Swinney and Coach Prime in the same category. These guys were guys that would speak out against, I want guys who want to go to the NFL, not NIL. And those guys find themselves in similar situations right now. NIL.
Mike Gundy as well, who's already gone.
Mike Gundy, if you have to change to the new landscape of coaching. These kids, if you want the best kids, they expect to get paid. I talk to parents, I talk to coaches. These guys want to get paid, and you're not going to even talk to them unless you're talking about putting some money in their pocket. First question these kids ask is, Coach, what you got for me? And you can try to reject all of that if you want. You can deny that all you want, but at the end of the day, these guys know their worth. These young men who play football know their worth, and they want to be compensated for their skills and abilities. There's no way around that. That's, to me, in my opinion, that's Coach Prime's biggest obstacle. What can his donor base put together as an NIL collective that gives his school an advantage, right? That's sustainable. The coach, I think they squeezed all of the juice out of the Coach Prime effect. Now they need the NIL effect.
You got to. It's got to match. It's got to match with it. You can't, because now it's almost a disservice to Coach Prime. Because now you're just leaning on my swagger, my ability, and my cachet as Deion Sanders, and not giving me, as Bill Walsh would say, the groceries to be able to cook.
But it was but I blame that partly on Coach Sanders because
you're right.
He was able to go out and find sheduer and Travis money and even Shiloh in the NIL, but he had brand deals. and he really spoke against the pay-for-play circumstance. They may be compensating some, right? They may be compensating those guys some. They may be taking care of those guys some. But what I'm saying is, when you go talk to the best receivers in the country, when you go talk to the best linemen in the country, because again, and he may even have to change his policy, his travel policy. He may even have to get out and start doing home visits or even going into making visits.
Yeah.
Again, we all know he's Coach Prime. We all know he has a tremendous influence on not only the culture, but in football. But at the end of the day, the lifeblood of college football is recruiting.
Yes.
And in this day and age, recruiting is about relationships and NIL. Or let me say, NIL and relationships. And I'm talking about in that order.
Yeah.
Because everybody has some money.
Everybody
has some money.
Everybody.
So you have to be able to compensate these players, and you have to be able to build relationships that give you an opportunity to make a pitch to them and potentially get them to come over to your individual school. So I expect Coach Prime to revamp his recruiting model, and I think he can be successful at Colorado, though they're having a rough season right now.
If he can keep Seaton and he can keep Juju, that is enough hope and enough bargaining chips for him to go to the donors and say, hey, I got a 5-star lineman, I got a 5-star quarterback. Y'all got to meet me halfway, though, on the rest of this stuff to get these guys there. Because a lot of guys are going to – he's already talking about it. I watched their channel with Bucky does, and he said, I'm hosting a bowl is what he called it, the scrimmage. He called it the transfer bowl. For everybody that ain't playing and everybody I know y'all ready to jump in the portal, well, we finna get y'all some film today. He already said that, man. So if he can keep those two guys, I expect them to be back once again. One name that I would love to see at a LSU or Florida that I think will pick up some traction as the season wanes is Fran Brown at Syracuse, man. He is one of my favorite coaches to watch. I love everything to do with Fran Brown coaching football. I would like to see him get better resources, seeing what he's been able to do the last couple of years at Syracuse. Kind of struggling this year. I think that kind of tempered off some of the expectations with him. But he's a guy I would love to see one of those.
So right now, there's not a black coach in the SEC. There's not a black coach. Well, there is one. There's a black coach in Maryland.
Yes.
So there is one. There's one in the Big Ten.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a couple in the ACC. Mm-hmm. So I to your point, I think it may be a time. This may be a move that maybe a black coach could be hired in the SEC.
Especially at a LSU. I think, even Florida, man. Those are two places that there's a lot of culture at both of those schools, man. I would love to see a Fran Brown be able to get that opportunity
that's a great,
out there.
That would be a great hire.
Especially at LSU, man. I think they need, after the Brian Kelly thing, there's got to be somebody out there.
I think it'll be a good fit at Florida as well.
Yeah, at Florida too. Florida, I mean, all the resources that you don't have to go anywhere. You just go right in your backyard and coach. He's at Syracuse where nobody even played football in New York. He gets to come somewhere where everybody and their dog is playing football. I think he'll be a tremendous coach out there. I want to do just a quick rapid fire on some of these games before we get out of here. Like I said, just getting ready to start. MCC Madness getting ready to start over here. You can see the preview up there on Centex Sports. I want to do a quick rapid fire on some of these college games before we get out of here that are coming up for this weekend. First one, 11 o'clock game early. Vandy and the Texas Longhorns. Texas squeaked out a win this past weekend against Mississippi State where they had to put up 24 points in the fourth quarter just to get past them. Playing against a Vandy team that's 7-1, been playing some great football, but Texas is at home. Texas 2.5-point favorite in this one. Who you like?
Man, you take Vanderbilt and you and me. Hey, look here. I'm gonna be in Nevada this weekend, and so I'm definitely gonna put some cheese.
I might have to wire you some money.
I'm definitely gonna put some cheese on that. And you go to the house and you sleep well at night.
Yeah.
Cause ain't no way in my man, get out of here.
I said the same thing on the show yesterday. I gotta take Vandy, and you giving me the points too. I got to take Vandy. It's like y'all are baiting me into taking Vandy at this point.
I got to.
I have to take Vandy if y'all going to do that to them. Penn State and Ohio State would have been an interesting game in this one, but is this one you bet on at all with Ohio State being 20-point favorite?
No.
That's the same thing I said. I can't do it. I can't do it with them. I fully expect Ohio State to win in that one, but I can't take them with them being that much of.
And I'm definitely not taking Penn State either.
No, I can't. I can't take Penn State. I can't bet a game with 20-point spread, but I'm not taking Penn State at any point whatsoever. Florida and Georgia. Florida's been up and down all season. Georgia's playing on the road.
The largest outdoor cocktail party.
Who you like in this one? Georgia and Florida. They're giving Georgia 7.5, even though they're on the road.
This game right here, I believe, is played in Jacksonville, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's played in Jacksonville.
Okay.
This is a neutral site game. So I think if I have to pick somebody, I'm gonna take Georgia in this game. I don't suspect Florida can hang with them, man.
Yeah, I don't think Florida can hang with those dudes. At least not for the majority of an entire game. And that one, OU and Tennessee. I was picking this one yesterday. I actually picked OU to win this one, even on the road. They gave me 3.5 points. I think OU was just a better team, and Mateer started playing better these last couple of weeks. Who you like in this one, though, with Tennessee?
Hey, man, I like Tennessee in this game. I think people love Mateer. I think Aguilar is actually the better quarterback. So
can't really disagree with that. Aguilar's been playing great.
So I would take Tennessee in this game. But I would just take them on the money line, though. I wouldn't take the 3.5.
On the 3.5. Yeah, and they're playing at home, too, so that'll give them a little extra added boost on that one. USC and Nebraska. I mean, Nebraska's actually been kind of flying under the radar, but they've been playing some pretty decent football. They're 6-2. USC has the best receiver in the nation outside of Jeremiah Smith, in my opinion, and that's Mekhi Lemon doing their thing. I'm going to take USC in this one, and I don't know if I'll take them on the point. 6.5 on the road is a tough ask. Nebraska doesn't have anything else going on in Nebraska, so everybody will be there.
So this is a bad spot for USC, in my opinion.
It is.
This is a Nebraska team that's going to get into a physical tussle with USC. It'll be on the road. I mean, it'll be in their place. It'll be wild. It'll be raucous. And so I just can't see a situation where USC comes in there and beats Nebraska by more than 6.5 points. So I'll take the Nebraska in the 6.
I'm not mad at that one. Tech and Kansas State, this will be an easy one for me, but with Will Hammond tearing his ACL, I don't know if Brennan Morton is going to play or not. I don't think they've announced him as coming back for this game. Do you give Kansas State a chance on that plus 7.5 since Will Hammond tore his ACL? He's out for the season.
The quarterback?
The dude has been playing for Morton. Morton's been injured in and out. The dude has been playing for him in between. He tore his ACL the last game.
This is going to be tough. Is Morton back healthy? I would take Texas Tech in this game, to be honest with you. But I have to really do some research. If Morton plays, I'll take Texas Tech.
That's a game I can't pick until Saturday morning. Like, I need to see, is Morton out there? I need to watch him warm up as well. And then Cincinnati and Utah, the last one, since he just beat the brakes off of Baylor last week. Utah obviously did the same thing to Colorado. Utah's playing at home. They're 8.5-point favorite.
I think Utah at home is tough.
Yeah,
so I'll take Utah in this game.
I'll take Utah at home in that one for sure. Great games coming up this weekend, folks. We're about to transition over to the Highlands Gym over at MCC as they're getting ready for MCC Madness, the men and women's basketball team. 3-point contest coming up, dunk contest coming up. We got all of that coming up as well. So make sure you guys tune in. We're getting ready to transition over there. Also, do not forget HBCU Coaches Corner at 8 o'clock. Can't forget that as well. And Friday Night Flex will be back in action this Friday. We'll be right back at WISD Stadium. We'll have University versus Brenham this weekend. So a lot going on in Centex Sports Network. Make sure you guys are tuning in for that. We're getting ready to transition you over to the Highlands Gym as they're getting ready to bring the teams out here and introduce both squads. So we'll take you guys over to the Highlands over there now. We will see you guys next time here on Centex Primetime.
our dance team that's going to perform. They are 14-time NBA national champions under head coach Emma Howard. And I'd already like to say that this team has a gold paid bid to nationals in 2026. Let them cook. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2025-26 McLennan dance team. Give it up. A sophomore from Harker Heights, Texas, Marissa Aycock. A freshman from Manville, Texas, Kayla Dickens. A freshman from Forney, Texas, Samantha Driver. A freshman from Belton, Texas, Reagan Flory. A sophomore from Linden, Texas, Joey Forsythe. Hey! A freshman from Corpus Christi, Texas, Angelina Garcia. A freshman from New Braunfels, Texas, Raina Gold. A sophomore from Spring Branch, Texas, Emma Howe. A freshman from San Antonio, Texas, Addison Hummel. A freshman from Hutto, Texas, Maya Little. A sophomore from Edinburgh, Texas, Maya Lozano. Hey. A sophomore from Kingwood, Texas, Mackenzie Rayburn. A sophomore from Del Valley, Texas, Jada Rivera. A sophomore from Dallas, Texas, Gillis Rodriguez. A sophomore from Albuquerque, New Mexico, Alexis Rouston. A freshman from Alamo, Texas, Jocelyn Son. Cedar Park, Texas, Sophie Trish. A freshman from Paradise, Texas, Peyton Tucker. A sophomore from Temple, Texas, Sky Wall. And a sophomore from Montgomery, Texas, Victoria Westbrook. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2025-26 McLennan dance team. I get your butt jumping high, I thought I should have knew that. Ladies and gentlemen, the 25-26 McLennan Highlander basketball team. Let me give you a little bit of stats about our women's basketball team. Back-to-back conference champions. How about that? They were the Region 5 champions last year and qualified for the national tournament. You guys give it up for them. They're ranked 14th in the preseason, and their home opener is Saturday. She put my November 1st. They kind of tripped me up. Saturday, November 1st against Angelina at 2 p.m. You guys will be here. Our men's basketball team were conference champs. Give it up. Regional finals. Give it up. And their season opener is October 31st at 6 p.m. against Community Christian Central Texas College. All right. I guess we're going to get ready for the three-point shooting contest, right? Hold on. But I got to make mention. Who were the winners last year? The men won last year? Yeah. Congratulations. How many of y'all won? One? Good. Hey, this is friendly competition. Women, how many have you won? Three. It's time to represent. Okay, I need our participants up. For the men, Joe Brooks, Julian Collier, and Aiden Law. Let's go. For the women, we got Red, Trinity, and Kata. Let's go. Hey, the women going first. Listen, I knew he was going to do that. DJ, give me some music. Hey, let's go, women. You gotta get, it's time to get it right. Hyper up. Carson, where are you from? Carson's from Richardson, Texas. What position you play? Pitcher. He's a pitcher from Richardson, Texas. Carson, now I'm going to put you on the spot. Who you got?
The boys.
Wow! How did I know he was going to say that? Thank you, Carson. Okay. Baseball, who y'all got? It's easy. All right, softball team and volleyball team. Okay, on three, who you got? 1, 2, 3. Okay, if you got the men, clap. If you got the men, clap. If you got the women, clap. Are we ready? Okay. Hey, hold on, team. 45. You guys know how it goes. Up first is number 3 from Tenneha, Texas. Her real name is Cadence, but we just call her Shug. We just call her Shug. Shug, you ready? All right, it's on you. Here we go. Here we go. Come on, Shug. Come on, Shug. Woo! She ready now. Come on, Shug. Come on, Shug. Coach Green, sit down. Come on, Shug. Come on, Shug. Yeah! Come on, Shug. We are. Good job, Cadence. He said it ain't enough. Watch this. Hold on, Trent. Hold on, Trent. Trent. Hold on, Trent. Lock in. Lock in. A sophomore guard from Atlanta, Georgia. Come on, Georgia Peach. It's on you. Pull, come on now. Here we go. Yeah. Come on, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Woo! Get hot here. Here we go. Here we go. A 5'8" sophomore guard from Dallas, Texas. Tajane, but we just gonna call her what? It's on you, man. Hey, give it up for Red, Trinity, and Cadence. Hey. DJ, give me some music now. Give me some music.
You can cut out that rhythm.
Hold on, Aiden, hold on. Aiden, hold on. it's on you. You know they shoot against each other. That's what we normally do, right? All right, Julian, you ready? Here we go, Julian, it's on you. Joe, you gonna win this? He said he ready. Joe, it's on you. Hold on, wait a minute. I was finished. When I was last night, y'all was winning. Flexing on it. Talking about what it's like. That's my team. I'm saying it. Come on, lieutenant on the tech can and then had the grind like a brick. She ran like me. I'm riding there in my city with my hand on my toe. Cause these grind me. Cause my mouth need to go. My sister go. These try to take my life. They around get you. Around it. That's it, Joe. They feel it. Top over. That's it. No joke. Go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go, Trinity. You ready? Here we go, Trinity. You ready? Hey, if you're not playing, y'all gotta back up. So. Okay, so. Here we go, Trinity! Talk to you. Hey, it's you. But hold on. We can do it right now. You ready? You ready? You ready? All right, here we go, Aiden. It's on you. You get to wear this the rest of the afternoon. Is there anything you want to say? How did this, what helped you win?
My teammates. Be a method.
Congratulations, Aiden. Congratulations. You guys give it up for Aiden. Who's ready for a little gaga ball? All right, let me explain the rules. You can only use your open hand. You cannot catch, throw, or hold the ball. Can't hit it twice in a row unless it hits the wall or another player. You are out if you get hit below the knees. Once you're out, please exit the pit. All right, can I get my Gaga participants? Baseball, AJ, Gabriel, Joey, Michael, and Dylan. From softball, Kalani, Addison, Delaney, Mary, and Allison. Oh, Alyssa. And from volleyball, we got Brooke, Kate, Caitlin, Hadley, and Noah. Okay. I I need a team captain. I need a team captain. Okay. We're going to rock, paper, scissors to determine the two that's going to go first. Get in here. All three. Rock, paper, scissors. Volleyball gets a bye. Let's go. Softball and baseball, let's go. How about a new program getting a bye? How about that? Put it up and let it go, girl. Let's go. Miss Coach Green, come on down here, referee. I need you to referee. Come on. Come on. Come on, Miss Green. Carry. Hey. Here we go. Let's talk some team strategies. All right. Who we got? Softball? Who we got? Baseball? Who's gonna win? Softball? Who's gonna win? Baseball? Okay. Come on. Go after him. He don't want to play. Hey! Here we go. Are we... Oh, I tossed it in. Come on! Here we go! Here we go! Yeah, that's it! right, golf team. You're up. Let's go, golfers. Luke, Grayson, and Dylan. They're going to be playing Lottie, Jalen, and Taylor. All right, here we go. While these guys are setting up, I do want to mention that the softball team won the conference last year and also won the Region 5 championship and qualified for the NJCAA National Tournament. Their season opener is Friday, January 29th at the Battle of the Broski Tournament. The baseball team finished third in the conference and was regional champs and semifinals at the JUCO World Series. You guys give it up for our baseball and softball team. All right. Here we go. Wait a minute. I got two of y'all? We're putting twice. All righty. All right. We want the men to go first, right? Yeah. All right. Yeah. Tell us your name. Where you from?
Grayson Luke, Beeville, Texas. Joey Serrano, Gillis, Texas.
All right. Here we go. Break a little bit to the left. No, I don't know. Come on, bring it back! Bring it back! Bring it back! Come on! Bring it back! Bring it back! Oh! All right, here we go. Come on, ladies. We're going to alternate. Hold on. Before you go. Who's going?
Jalen Moody, Waco, Texas.
Whoa! Got a returning Candy in the house. Here we go, Jaden. Oh, shoot! You got us in southpaw. Here we go. Tell me your name.
I'm Lottie Cato, I'm from England.
Hey, Lottie. What's up? Come on, Lottie, you got this. You guys got this. All right, here we go. I think it's these volleyball lines, Coach Kyle. It might be these volleyball lines. It's moving it that way. Here we go. All right. Okay.
Taylor Horsfield, Houston, Texas.
Houston, Texas. H-Town. finishes at the national tournament. The men finished 8th and the women finished 10th. Congratulations to them, and I know they're going to have another good season. The women's national tournament is May 11th through the 14th in McLennan, Illinois. And the men are at the national preview this week. And their national tournament is May 12th through May 15th in Newton, Kansas. All right. Guys, give it up for MCC Dance. contestants? Where are my contestants? All right. Where's the first one? Howard, you in this? Okay. All right. Tell us your name and where you're from.
My name is Timmy. I'm from Houston. My name is Austin. I'm from Kenya.
All right. Y'all know the rules? Do I need to say the rules? Do I need to talk about the rules? Two attempts. Hey, you guys do me a favor. Y'all get behind the judges if you're not in it. Orlando, it's got to be a good come. Hey, before we get started, let me introduce my judges. The first judge is Orlando. My girl Mary. My girl Brown. And yes, of course, our new volleyball coach, all right, Howard. Who going first? All right. It's on you. Oh! Come on, judges. Oh, we got a team. We got a team. We got a team. And we got a 7. Hey. All right, Austin, you up? Here we go. Ooh, start that clock. Should we give you one more chance? That ain't loud enough. Should we give you one more chance? All right, Austin. Here we go. Somebody keep the score. All right, Timmy. Hey, should we give you one more? All right, it's Austin and Timmy. Here we go. Come on, here we go. When they see me off in traffic, they say cheesy on some more. Running straight back to the Gillis. That's right, I work for me. The 7X is now. I think you need to try that one again. I think you need to try that one more time. Hey, come on, you guys, get up for it! Get up for it! More? Get it more! Come on! Here we go, Austin. What we got? Okay. All right. This is called a surprise. I think I want to see Timmy and Howard. What y'all think? Y'all think y'all want to see Timmy and Howard? Come on, Howard. I'm going to give you a shot, buddy. I'm going to give you a shot. Let's go. Listen. You got 2 chances. 2. All right, judges. Got 2 chances. Hey, y'all move. Hang on, Howard. Y'all move out the way. Let's get your chain. Congratulations to team.